What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Patrick here, moving on to the next question dealing with rational expressions. So we have these two rational expressions here, and we are going to be subtracting them. So we have to simplify. We have to also state the restrictions. So here, remember the restrictions are going to come from the denominator. So I'm actually going to factor the denominators. This one we don't have to, but actually what I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to factor out a negative at the bottom first, just to make it nicer. Instead of 3 minus x, we got x minus 3, because when I factor this quadratic, it's going to be something x minus, right? That's what the factors, that's the format they're going to be in. So just to keep it consistent, and then these two negatives, they can actually turn into a positive, like that. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, right? So this portion, they're the exact same thing. I just factored a negative at the bottom to change it to negative 3 plus x, or x minus 3, and then the two negatives here turned into a positive. And then over here, what I'm going to do is take that denominator and let's factor it in order to get the restrictions. So 5 times negative 6, that's what? Negative 30? We have to find two numbers that multiply to negative 30 and add up to negative 13, the b value, which would be what? Negative 15 and 2, right? Negative 15 and 2, I think, work for both. So we would decompose that. So we'd have 5x squared minus 15x plus 2x minus 6. You may have a different way of factoring this. So whichever way you do it, just make sure you're getting the same solution here. And it's like this, right? So then we could take out an x minus 3, and we would have a 5x plus 2 left over after we factor by grouping, right? We factor out of here the 5x, factor out of here the 2, right? So this denominator here is going to factor into x minus 3 and then 5x plus 2. And so notice that this is going to be fairly nice because we almost have a common denominator here. We have x minus 3, that's common in both of these, except this x minus 3, we're going to have to multiply by the 5x plus 2, both the bottom and the top, and then we're going to add them. So since we're going to be adding the numerators, I'm actually going to keep that other numerator here expanded like it is. All right, so we factored the denominator here. So before we simplify, let's get the restrictions here, because once stuff starts canceling out, you may forget about it for the restrictions, right? So what are the restrictions here going to be? Well, notice that x minus 3 cannot equal 0, so that means x cannot equal 3. And then notice that 5x plus 2 can't equal 0, which means 5x cannot equal negative 2, which means x cannot equal negative 2 over 5. Right, so those are our two restrictions, and then over here the x minus 3, we already dealt with that. Okay, so there's two restrictions in this case. X cannot equal 3, x cannot equal negative 2 over 5. And so from here, we just have to simplify this, right? We have to add these two rational expressions. So like I said, common denominator, it would be x minus 3, 5x plus 2. So we're going to have to take this x minus 3, multiply it by 5x plus 2. Can't just multiply the denominator by a random expression, have to also multiply the numerator by the same thing, right, in order to keep it the same. And so basically what's going to happen here, we're going to have our denominator, common denominator of x minus 3, 5x plus 2. Now this first expression already had that, so that's going to stay the same. 17x minus 7 plus, and then over here we're going to have the x plus 2, 5x plus 2. Like that, right? And so you're going to have to FOIL that out and then basically simplify all of the like terms. Let's maybe actually do that on the side. So we'll have negative 3x squared minus 17x minus 7. And then if we FOIL this out, this would be what? 5x squared. 10x plus 2x is 12x plus 4. Negative 3x squared plus 5x squared, that would give us 2x squared. Negative 17x plus 12x would give us negative 5x. And then negative 7 plus 4 would give us minus 3, like that. and that's going to be all over x minus 3, 5x plus 2, like that. However, here's the trick with this one, with this specific one. You don't want to just leave it like this. You always want to factor the simplified numerator that you get, because factors can potentially cancel out again, right? It's rare that it happens, but sometimes it does, and you have to check for that, right? So what we have to do is we have to take this numerator now, 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, and we have to factor it. So let's do that right here. So 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, we have to find two numbers that multiply to -6 and add up to -5, which would be what, -6 and 1? So we can decompose that, 2x squared minus 6x plus x minus 3, take out a 2x, x minus 3, and then from these two we could take out a 1, x minus 3. All right, so we would have x minus 3, 2x plus 1. And so notice what happened, right? This factored into x minus 3, 2x plus 1, over x minus 3, 5x plus 2. And then the x minus 3's cancel out. Okay, so again, it's rare that it happens, but notice in this case it did happen. The x minus 3's further canceled out, and so you're able to further simplify this to 2x plus 1 over 5x plus 2. So that right there is your final answer, and then those are the restrictions. And that is the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want to find more videos like this, you can go to my website, allthingsmathematics.com. Over there, all my courses are organized for both high school and university. All the videos are organized by chapter. Also, if you have any questions, you can hit me up. My contact details are also on the website. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.